Hello all, the topic I'm going to talk about is intellectual property rights. Every engineer must know about the intellectual property rights before entering into a company for practicing their ideas and knowledge and expertise whatever they learn. First of all, we have to know what is intellectual and what is property. Intellectual means the knowledge domain of a person, and property is a thing that belonging to someone. Property can be divided into two types, that is intangible and intangible. Tangible property represents the assets owned by us, and intangible property is the assets which cannot be feel or see. And intellectual property is an example of intangible property. Tangible property can be further divided into two types, that's movable and immovable. For example, the house we own or the house under our asset is an example of immovable property, and a car or jewels we own are examples of movable properties. To get to know about intellectual property rights, first we have to know about intellectual property. So, intellectual property is a property that results from mental labor. It's going to be learned by the labor for his mental aspects, because every creative ideas arises are going to get a commercial value. One can own their intellectual property by means of patent. Other physical properties. Intellectual property is an asset which can be bought, sold, licensed, or exchanged. Intellectual property can be divided into two types, that is literary and artistic property and industrial property. Books, paintings, music comes under literary and artistic property, and patent, trademarks, geographical indications comes under the industrial properties. The artistic works can be secured by using the copyrights. Next, we have to know about the human rights. We, as a defined person in the world, we have to know what are the moral entitlements that we hold on, and what are the moral obligations can be expected from a person or we can do for others, and how to treat everyone with equality and dignity. There are five provisions that are given to a normal human being as a right to enlighten their rights in the society. The first right is to pursue legitimate personal interest. So, someone has been placed in some role, and it should be on his or her personal interest depending on his or her strength they have. And right to make their own living, right to their privacy, that is to secure their private issues, and right to their property, that is the that is to hold on to their assets, and right to the non-discrimination. So, non-discrimination is an integral part of principle of equality. It ensures that no one is denied their rights because of factors like race, color, language, and etc. And now we have come to the topic intellectual property rights. So, it's a legal right built upon the intellectual property created, approved, and regulated by the law on intellectual property right of the country. These allow people to own their creativity. Intellectual property rights are the protections granted to the creators of a property, and include trademarks, copyrights, patents, and industrial design rights to secure their own creativity. This encourages the intellectual property owners towards innovation and benefit to the society. It is an asset that can be bought or sold. That is, it cannot be identified by specific parameters. That is, it is intangible property. And now the types of intellectual property rights, that is, it has six different types of intellectual property rights, that's the trademark, patent, copyright, trade secret, layout design, and industrial design. First, we are going to see about the copyrights. A copyright gives the creator of an original work exclusive rights to it, usually for a limited time. Copyright may apply to a wide range of creative, intellectual, or work. Copyright does not cover ideas and information themselves, only for the forms or manner in which they are expressed. And this is an example of copyright in which it says the copyrights belongs to Profane Education and Research Council. And the next topic is the patent. A patent is an exclusive right granted for an invention, a product, or a process that provides a new way of doing something, or that offers a new technical solution to a problem. A patent provides patent owners with protection for their innovations. Protection is granted for a limited period, generally 20 years. For example, a light bulb, a telephone, a computer, or a drug formulation, and so many things can be a patent. And There are three types of patents, that is the utility patent, design patent, and the plant patent. The utility patent and the plant patent can be patent for 20 years, and design patent can be patent for 14 years. And this is the symbol represents uh, that idea is patent. And the next topic is trademark. A trademark is a distinctive sign that identifies certain goods or services produced or provided by an individual or a company. Trademark protection ensures that the owners of marks have the exclusive right to use them to identify goods or services or to authorize others to use them in return for payment. The period of protection varies, but a trademark can be renewed indefinitely upon payment of the corresponding fees. There are different types of trademarks like name, symbol, lyrics, catchphrases, etc. And the three different symbols that for the trademark is TM, SM, and R with a round sign. TM intends to use the application field for product, and SM is intended to use the application field for service. Um, TM is basically for daily usable products like shampoo or soap, something like that. And SM is for services like networks, Airtel, Jio, uh, for services like that. And the registered trademark is a logo cannot be used by another person. That is, if a person is registered by using the registered trademark, that particular logo or symbol or whatever, the color or the name cannot be used by another person. So that is the use of registered trademark. And these are the famous and common examples of trademarks, and this image indicates the examples of trademarks and their characteristics. For example, Gmail is an example of TM that is used for the app field as a product. And the next topic is trade secrets. A trade secret is a formula, practice, process, design, instrument, or pattern which is not generally known by which a business can obtain an economic advantage over competitors or customers. For example, the formula of Coca Cola. Um, the secret of the process in which they make Coca Cola should not be known by others, or should not be revealed by the employees who know the secret, and this comes under the trade secrets category. And the next topic is about TRIPS, that is trade related aspects of intellectual property rights, shortly called as TRIPS. The TRIPS agreement came into effect on 1 January 1995. It provides standards for the full range of intellectual property rights and also the enforcement of those standards both internally and through legal and administrative actions. The general timetable for implementing the TRIPS agreement is for 1 year for industrialized countries and 5 years for developing countries and countries shifting from centrally planned economics, 10 years for least developed countries. That is, for example, India can be allotted 5 years as it is a developing country. And finally, as we are discussing about intellectual property rights, a royalty income is a topic which cannot be avoided. Royalty income is income received from allowing someone to use your property. Many times, the person using the property does so to generate revenue. Royalties are usually legally binding. Royalty income is a payment received for the use and exploitation of artistic or literary works, patents, and mineral rights. Um, there are two types, that is royalty for the use of copyrights, trademarks, and patents, and for royalty from the extraction of oil, gas, or minerals. So we have come to the end of the topic. Thank you.